So today I want to share with you a short lesson, but a powerful one. When you come up against an obstacle, what's your default thought response? Do you respond with a question or a statement? I'm talking about challenges of all sizes, from small daily challenges at work to major life-altering challenges of epic proportions. There's really only two ways you can respond to a challenge. You can respond with a statement, or you can respond with a question. Now, one of these is just a passive acceptance of the situation where you reinforce to yourself that you can't do anything about it. Life just happens to you. You have a victim mentality and you respond in such a way. You say things like, oh, I can't do anything about it. I just have to wait and see. I've just got to see how this pans out. The other way, which is a far more useful and just effective way to respond to problems, is you ask a question. How do I solve this? How do I get around this? How do I make them pay attention? How do I take this problem and turn it to my advantage into something positive? You see, a question spurs you to action to get around the obstacle. And it's such a small thing, changing a default reactionary thought in your head, but it changes everything. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you want to get ahead in your career because you see people around you in the office who they are getting ahead, they're getting promoted, they're getting the perks, the bonuses, but you know that you can outperform them. So how do you respond to that challenge? With a statement? Do you just say things like, oh, that's just the way office politics work here, or I'm not assertive enough, or I just have to wait and see and hopefully they will recognize my talent? Or do you respond with a question like, how do I prove to the person who's going to make a decision on whether I get a promotion or not that I deserve an increase in salary now, and how do I show them the extra value which I'm going to bring? And when you start asking the right questions like that, you get to the right answers. So perhaps you start working on a project in your spare time. No one has to ask you, but you know this is something your organization needs. It's going to solve a big problem which a lot of people in the company are having. It's slowing down the company, and you know a way that you can contribute and fix the problem. So then, after working on this, you show up at your boss's office and you tell them that you need just 10 minutes of their time and you're going to solve this problem, or at least help solve it. And you sell it really well because you practiced, you've rehearsed, you're prepared, and then you show them what you can do. So my point is that by responding to a challenge with questions and not just passive victim statements, you get ahead. And this is coming from someone who's hired hundreds and hundreds of people. And I can tell you, in my last company, the people who got ahead and got the majority of the rewards, they were never passive about any of this. They were very assertive, and they constantly reminded me the value that they brought again and again. So here's another example. Let's say you're always busy. You never seem to have enough time. So you can respond to that challenge with a statement, and you can just say, well, I don't have enough time. I've just got too much on. Or you can respond with a question. What am I spending my time on? Where's all my time going? What can I reprioritize? Where am I wasting time? What's no longer important to me and I can let go of it? When you ask questions like that, you're able to find the time. It's never a question of not having enough hours in a day. It's always about priorities. So here's the final example. Let's say something really, really bad happens to you. It's the biggest challenge in your life so far. Could be a messy divorce, could be a massive lawsuit, could be losing everything you've built over the past few years or decade. And I have some personal experience in this. Now you can respond with a statement, you can admit defeat, and if you do that, it's going to lead down a very dark path. Or you can respond by asking questions like, how do I get through this? How do I take this terrible, terrible situation which happened and somehow, some way, turn it into a positive? Because with any challenge, there's always a silver lining. You can always turn something around and use it to your advantage if you get creative. But you've got to respond with questions, not statements. So the next time that you hit a brick wall, don't respond with a statement. Ask a question. See you tomorrow.